This is day 17 of reading the Bible through in a year, and we are reading Genesis chapters 48 through 50, and this is the last day we'll be reading from Genesis. In chapter 48, Joseph was told that his father Jacob was ill, so he took his two sons Manasseh and Ephraim to go visit him. Jacob told Joseph how God had appeared to him in Canaan and told him that he was going to make him into a great nation, and he wanted Joseph's sons to be a part of that, so he adopted Ephraim and Manasseh. From here on out, Joseph's sons are now considered Jacob's sons. And Jacob called Manasseh and Ephraim to him, and Joseph anticipated that he was going to bless him because I guess that's just something they did when they were about to die. And that's exactly what he did, but he blessed Ephraim more than he blessed Manasseh. Jacob said that Manasseh would become a people while Ephraim would become a multitude of nations. Jacob then blessed Joseph and told him that eventually God would take him back to Canaan. In chapter 49, Jacob gathers his sons together before he dies, and he prophesies over them. And he says that Reuben was Jacob's firstborn, but he would not be the greatest because he slept with his father's wife. For Levi and Simon, he says that they were angry and violent men. Jacob cursed their anger and told them their families would be scattered. For Judah, it says that his brothers would praise him and he would conquer his enemies. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet until the tribute comes to him. For Zebulun, he says that he would dwell by the sea and be a safe harbor for ships. For Issachar, his family would be like a strong donkey who served in forced labor. For Dan, his family would judge the tribes of Israel. The tribe of Dan would be like a viper in the road that bites a horse's heels. For Gad, he says that he would be raided, but would raid at his enemy's heels. For Asher, his food would be rich, and he would have royal delicacies. For Naphtali, his family would be like a doe who bore beautiful fawns. For Joseph, he would be like a fruitful tree. His enemies tried to destroy him, but God persevered him. For Benjamin, he was to be a ravenous wolf, devouring prey in the morning and dividing spoil in the evening. And after this, Jacob knew that he was about to die and told his sons to bury him in the cave of Machpelah, or Machpelah, whatever you want to say, where Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebekah, and Leah are buried. After Jacob died, Joseph had his father embalmed, which took 40 days, but the Egyptians wept for Jacob for 70 days. And after those 70 days, Joseph took his father back to Canaan and buried him in the cave of Machpelah, where he wanted to be buried. And so now that their father was dead, Joseph's brothers thought that he was going to seek out revenge. So now that their father was no longer alive, he could finally get his revenge. But Joseph reassured them that it was okay because God used him for good in Egypt. He was able to store up food and this allowed the people of Egypt to not starve.